Hey, hi, it's Jess here. Just popping in before the episode to make a quick announcement that we have merch now. That's right, you can support your favorite Sims podcast, which would be us, Under the Plum Bob, with a brand new t-shirt, or hoodie, or coffee cup, or tote bag, or you can even be like me and slap a sticker on a water bottle. We have a bunch of really cool designs for you to choose from, including some based on some memorable moments from episodes, like this one here.
Name the town they're living in. IHOP.
Yes.
The international house of not prosperity.
No, prosperity.
Problems.
International House of Problems. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's very much this podcast.
Or even moments like this one.
Prep for the worst, hope for the best, land in between.
It's honestly been like my life motto since grade school.
Can we get that in a shirt?
And now it is on a shirt. Anyway, go check out the entire collection in our shop. You can find it at bit.ly/plumbobmerch. Again, that is bit.ly/plumbobmerch. Plumbob merch is all one word. And keep an eye on all of our social media so you know when we are planning on having a sale. That's all I've got for you, so I'll go ahead and let you get back to the episode now. Bye!
We 100% know what we're doing.
Yeah. Sure. Absolutely.
Welcome to Under the Plum Bob. We're not rusty at all after taking a brief break for our summer vacays.
No rust here.
I am Caitlin.
I am Ava. I bathed in WD-40 this morning to make sure there's no rust.
Woo! I am just hoping for the best, as I do with all of my electronics.
I mean, I'm still unpacking boxes. I don't have my PC set up yet. I'm doing this on my laptop. We'll see how it goes.
Brief story, this is not having to do with Sims, and this can be taken out if needed. But my cat, ever since I moved, and like she's been able to see that she can get outside, she's just been a devil about it. Like I take the trash out and she's like at the door. And I have to be like, get away, and like somebody like punch her out to get outside. So she just like got out and then like booked it. She like booked it across, like she got over a fence, and I was like, oh no, she's gone forever. Like, because like my cat's 16 years old. I was like, uh-oh. I went through all 5 stages of grief, and like I was texting people going, Zara got out. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And then like after I've been like, okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to deal with this. Guess who just like wanders back to the neighbor's yard and is like, oh hi. Hello, you can see me? And I was like, son of a... No, never mind. And so now I just let her out. Because I'm like, well...
Yep.
She goes on a mini adventure, then just sits in the backyard.
It's just a whole new world for her.
I think she just like... Because I was scared because like she was in a new area, and I didn't expect her to come back. Because she used to go outside all the time. And we're going to get a lot of messages of people, don't let your cat out. It's like... I've tried to keep her inside. I've tried really hard. She doesn't like it. And she doesn't like being inside all the time. She wants to just sit in a sunbeam in the driveway.
Yep. I mean, I get it. My cats have never been outside because I
For
always
the
had
best.
them in an apartment, but now I have a yard, like a small like garden backyard. And they have like carefully started going like, what is this room without a ceiling?
What is this? The sunbeam is stronger out here?
Yeah, but they sort of just wander outside, and then they're looking up like, what? Where is the ceiling? I can't find it. And then they just get spooked by a random gust of wind and run back inside because they're indoor cats.
Mine was, she was cursed from the get-go, because when we got her, she had already been out. When we got her as a kitten, she had already been outside with her mom. Like, she had already been, like, wandering out. And, like, she's a calico, and, like, I've looked at her, and, like, now that I see, like, people with barn cats, I'm like, oh, she's probably really technically just an outdoor barn cat that we've forced inside.
That is possible.
But we do have to keep an eye out, because there's still, like, 100 rabbits that turn around, and...
Yeah.
She's old. She can't take them. But she has been like, what is that? Murder. Her murder thing goes up. But we're not here to talk about cats.
No. We are here to talk about murder. Kind of.
A little bit. It shows up, and it's not even
Yeah.
a big part of the game.
Yep. Just a little bit. But yeah.
Long story short, when my Sims 2 career was starting in high school meet, because I was my Sims origin story starts with my sister got Sims 1. I then became obsessed with the thing that was given to my sister, and would wait till everybody went to bed, and then go sneak down to the computer room, 90s, and then
Oh, computer rooms. I remember those.
and then play, and then I was obsessed. So eventually, I got Sims 2. And Sims 2 had 8 expansion packs in total. I lived with one expansion pack, for most of my Sims 2 career before Origin showed up and I could just download another expansion pack. But I lived with Sims 2 Nightlife only. And you want to know what? It was the only expansion pack I needed. It's the only one I cared about. I didn't need the other ones because I had this one. Because
We love the nightlife.
I think it's the best. It's one of the best expansion packs that Sims has ever put out. And I'm including
True.
everything.
True.
I'm including all the expansion packs because this had a lot of shit.
It did.
I adore Sims 2's way of putting creepy stuff in things. So we're like, here's an expansion pack about this mundane thing. Also, here's a cryptid.
Cryptids! We love our Sims cryptids.
Here's an expansion pack about going downtown, living the best life. Also, vampires.
Here's an expansion about going on tropical vacations and camping out with a fam, and also Bigfoot.
Here's an expansion pack about living in an apartment. There's spiral staircases in it. Also, witches.
Yep. And werewolves.
Was werewolves with apartment life too?
Yep.
What came with university?
Zombies.
Zombies.
Yeah.
Huh?
Because, no way, I think werewolves...
Let me hold on. This isn't about that one, but I want to
Did
know.
werewolves come with night? I don't think werewolves came with nightlife.
No, just vampires.
No, I think it was apartment life.
Call
No,
it-
pets!
Pets.
They
that
came
makes-
with pets. I forgot they had a pet.
That makes more sense. Oh, and the seasons one came with being a plant sim.
Yeah.
New life state.
It basically, Sims 2 had this running thing of, like, introducing a new life state in pretty much every single expansion.
And I like that better. I
Yeah.
like that Zombie was, you were right, Zombie was with Sims
Yeah,
University.
because you got that, there was one, like, reward that you could get, I think, like, a university reward or a career reward that was a phone that called the Grim Reaper, and you could ask him to resurrect someone, but sometimes it'd come back as a zombie.
Yeah. And I think that's when you could start just straight up resurrecting people, like, in general, because it
Yeah.
became a little more normal.
Yeah.
That actually comes up a little bit in this one. Comes
Yeah.
up a little bit normal. But let's go back in time, shall we? Let's go back to September.
The Resurrectonometron. Sorry.
Resurrection-nometron.
The Resurrectonometron. That was it. I forgot. It's like like a phone book. Like when you would call someone, you'd get like a list of all the people you could call, and it'd be like the same list, only all these Sims were dead, and then you could ask him to revive.
You had to have a relationship with the sim, though, I think.
Yeah, you had to have a relationship with the sim for sure. But I think you had to, like, you had to pay for it, and there was like
society. What you gonna do?
you had to pay for it, and depending on how much you paid, there was a chance that the person would come back as a zombie. I think if it was below a certain amount, it would fail, and if it was above a certain amount, they'd come up back as a zombie, or they'd come back with like a whole like reversed personality. And then when it was above a certain, like, if it was like 10 grand or something, they'd be perfect.
It gets steadily better the more you,
Yeah.
Have you heard that TikTok sound that's just like, oh my god, how cute! Capitalism really popped off today, ladies.
Oh, Joe, no, I haven't.
I love that sound so much because it's really popped off today, ladies. It makes me laugh. But
Sorry, I interrupted your
I was
return through time.
trying to segue.
You were doing a thing, and I just completely like steamrolled over you. I'm so sorry. Continue.
It's okay. Do you want to go back to a simpler time in our lives?
Always, because right now everything's trash.
Let's go back to September 13th, 2005 in the United States. So I think that means that the Nightlife is a Virgo, like us.
That is possible. Oh my god, Virgos!
It's all coming together.
It's just a group of Virgos today.
But in September 13th, 2005 is the US Windows release date for Sims 2 Nightlife. The second expansion pack for Sims 2.
Yep.
The little bio thingy reads, your Sims are on the town hitting all the swanky hotspots, whether they're dancing until dawn, romancing that special someone, or striking out in a bowling alley. It'll be an unforgettable night. Let your Sims loose to enjoy their favorite after-dark activities as they pursue a life of pleasure.
I forgot about bowling.
Yes, determine their love lives as you discover the chemistry between Sims, where their life aspirations and personalities click or clash. It could be the beginning of a stormy affair or a dating disaster. Ready for fun and romance? Bring on the night. I like how there's, like, no direct reference to vampires, so if you just...
Nope. To be fair, I don't think... I don't know if it was heavily marketed in the US, but I don't think it was heavily marketed here in Europe when it came out, at least not where I was. Like, when they were talking about vampires, I think it was after release, like, someone just ran into the, like, head vampire or, like, master vampire on the lot and went, like, the fuck are you?
I don't remember these ever being advertised. Sims. Any of the Sims games?
To be fair, like, back in the good old Sims 2 days, these packs had so much in it, you couldn't advertise it all. You had to, like, pick and choose, like, what would, like, I mean, a lot of it will appeal, but, like, we'll have to get our strongest players out.
Yeah.
And in this case, I think it was cars.
Vroom. This was inspired by The Sims Hot Date and The Sims House Party.
Oh man, The Sims Hot Date is one that was, like, one of the first expansion packs that I bought when I was still playing The Sims. The Sims 1 is a wee nipper in my computer room, and I would just sit in that neighborhood view, the downtown view, and just listen to the music, because that was, like a bluesy like a jazzy blues soundtrack, I don't know, and it was just, oh man, those were bops! Can't help it!
So this came with, one of the new things that this came with was Sims 2. This introduced inventories to the Sims 2 game, so prior you couldn't...
Yeah, so it introduced inventories, it introduced cars, it introduced vampires, it introduced bowling, it introduced so many new things, and that's what we want. We want new things.
Also, like, what did the Sims do before they had a void to throw stuff in? I don't want to think about it.
No.
There were 125 new objects.
To be fair, there were inventories in Sims 1, but I think they came...
This is the introduction with Sims 2. So prior, the Sims 2 base game and Sims 2 University didn't
have an inventory, which just
is nuts.
blows my mind. I can't even remember... Yeah, no, I think you just, like, if you had a usable object, you sort of, like, just, like, had to click on them. Like, in Sims University, you could buy a mobile phone, and you could use that mobile phone, but you had to click on your Sim to use it. I think that was it. Yeah, you had to, like, click on your Sim, and then you could use that mobile phone.
I didn't have Sims University. I don't know.
That was a good one, man. I played that so much.
I do. Sims 2 University, I only, like, it appealed to my rotational style that they just get thrown out, and you can throw them back in whenever. So I would always, like, when eventually I got, because when they discontinued Sims 2 and were like, here, have it all, bitches, stop complaining at us.
And then they took it away.
Yeah. Anywho, so there's 125 new objects. Cars, which we're not going to talk too much about cars here because we had a whole episode about cars. Go to episode 108, Llama Goes Vroom, where we talk about all the different stuff you could do.
Llama Goes Vroom! Okay, but then we need to do one about, like, the, like, robot building shit in The Sims, and then call it like UTPB goes brrrr. I just want that to be a thing.
Under the plum goes zoom, zoom, zoom.
This has to be visual now, just the movement with it. Caitlin is very good at the robot.
I did a mild robot.
It's very well done. It's
the only dance move I can do. But we did get 2 new aspirations.
We did.
Do you want to talk about pleasure?
Well, so the thing is, the Sims with pleasure aspirations love wild nights out, cozy nights in, and what most Sims would consider the good life. They'll want to use objects that provide them with fun and comfort while avoiding activities that cause stress or equate to work of any kind. Girl, same. Kick their inspiration meters into platinum by pursuing their whims of the moment, as these Sims can change their tastes on a dime as they travel on their path to the ultimate life of luxury.
Fun fact, I hated playing pleasure Sims. I hate playing them.
Yeah.
Because normally Sims will have like a progression of things they want to do. Like they normally want to do like, I want to buy this thing, and then like I want to buy more expensive, or like I want to be friendly with this person. I want to be their friend. I want to be their best friend. There'd be a progression and like a rhyme or reason, and you could kind of go with the flow with them. Pleasure Sims would be like, I want to go bowling. I want to buy a car. I want to talk to that Sim. I don't want to talk to that Sim anymore. I want to do this. I want to do that. None of their wants made any rhyme or reason, which I guess is the point. But it's literally just like, can you please just focus for 2 seconds for the love of God?
The attention span of a Labrador.
And they, like, because it came with Sims 2 Nightlife, most of their stuff wanted to be about going downtown and doing things, or doing downtowny things, or doing nightlife-y things. So,
Downtown.
things will be great when you're
Downtown.
Also juggle. They want to juggle a lot. That was my favorite when that came
for
up.
some reason.
I was like, thank God, that's easy. Just do that for a
No.
second.
It's too clown adjacent. I don't like it.
They could just be there by themselves in a corner while they tried to juggle. Just like,
Yeah.
if you go over there, I'll worry about someone else.
I was like, hey, has anyone seen Steve? Oh, God, he's in the corner again. Juggling? Oh. Yeah, you know what? Never mind.
We'll just leave him alone.
Yeah, just let him juggle.
So in Sims 2 and so Sims 4 we're kind of spoiled right now because I can change my Sims lifetime aspiration, or lifetime. We can change their aspiration a drop of a hat, their aspiration we can change. Sims 2, you would roll, like, you would pick their aspiration. I say roll because I know I just pick the same Sims every time, so I roll a die. But you pick the aspiration, whatever, but their lifetime want, you have no control over. It's whatever random thing pops up.
Yep.
In Sims 2. And you're kind of stuck with it. So sometimes it'd be like, whenever I had a family sim, I'd be like, please don't have the 6 kid want. Please don't have the 6 kid want. Please don't have it.
Like, some of the wants for the pleasure sims were like, go on 51st dates. I dreaded those dates.
That's long. 51st dates is so much.
Yeah,
Like,
51st dates.
You'd have to meet 50 Sims.
You have to meet 50 Sims, and then you have to go on 50 dream dates. Like, Jesus Christ, there are not enough days in the life.
Was a little easier, because at least if you got us, like, a significant other, you'd be like, we're going on a date once a day, babe.
Yeah.
Once a day till the day we die.
Yep. Every night is date night. Let's go. What the hell? Professional party guest, I suppose, had something to do with career.
It was the slacker career.
Yeah, the slacker career. Or become a celebrity chef.
So those are fine.
Yeah. But like 50 fucking dates? Are you kidding me?
That was my least favorite one. That was right up there with the animal one that they wanted to be friends with a certain amount of animals. 51st dates, 6 kids.
Yeah.
Each aspiration had their own nightmare situation, and and popularity was like 20 best friends, and it's like, Jesus.
Like, going on 50 dream dates is doable, like you said, if you have a significant other. But if you have to go on 51st dates, can you imagine the amount of time you have to spend on finding someone you haven't gone out with yet? Imagine going on that date and going like, hang on, we've been out before. Shit! And then you have to go and find someone else.
I always started with them as a teenager, but the one thing is, you could just be like, we're on a date, the date's done. Like, you just have to, you can't do that too much, because that lowers, how well a date's going. By the end of the date, if you had a good date or a bad date, that would actually affect your mood. So what would happen is, if, like, I did nothing and it was a mediocre date, my Sim's aspiration level would go down because they had a bit, and that would affect all of their moods.
Mm-hmm.
Everything would just go down. So you wanted to at least make sure it got up to like a green, so you're like, hello, friendly, and like, okay, we're good, the date's over. So
Okay, bye.
So just make them quick. And if you had money, the matchmaker, just start at the lowest tier and work your way up. Which I'll go into a little explanation later.
It's like, hey, just bring me someone I haven't gone out with yet. Okay, thanks.
Anybody will do. Thank you. Here's $1. I don't know.
Jesus. It's like on when you're on Tinder. I was like, hang on, did I swipe right on you already, or did I swipe left on you already?
Is this a new picture or different person? New picture, different
all
person.
white men holding fish look alike. Next. But yeah, there was also an aspiration desperation. So basically, every time their like mood meter, like their aspiration meter got like into the red, too far into the red, they would have a negative effect based on what their aspiration was. So like if you had a family aspiration, they'd get like a flower bag with a face on it that they would pretend was baby, which was really sad.
They're all like, "Oh no, sweetie."
Yeah. So the one for the pleasure aspiration is that the sim will put a lampshade with the face drawn on it on their head, and they'll start dancing. It's like, oh, sweetie, go stand in the corner and juggle a little bit. It's okay.
For the love of God, juggle. I forgot to juggle you today. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh,
I
no,
forgot
I'm
to
so
juggle
sorry.
you. And I think I went more into, there's just so much that we're like, we talked about this a little bit in this, there was a self-care episode somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, 110. Self-care for all. So on the opposite spectrum of the pleasure aspiration, there was my personal favorite thing, the grilled cheese aspiration.
There was a grilled cheese aspiration.
Grilled sandwiches are so delicious. Grilled sandwiches are so delicious. They're really quite wonderful to eat due to their high degree of deliciousness. Grilled cheese sims realize these 3 important truths about life, which are really just one truth when you think about it. In any event, they just really love to eat grilled cheese, which is it. That's their whole thing. This is a secret aspiration only achievable with an item called Renew You Senso Orb. God, these names.
That was basically what you had to get if it was an aspiration reward, and that's basically what you had to get if you wanted to change your Sims aspiration and their turn-ons and turn-offs.
We are spoiled now with being able to change anything at whim. Sims 2, it was a lot of work if you want to change your Sim.
Yeah, you had to work for that shit.
And you got aspiration rewards by doing, if you did your Sims likes, what things they wanted to do. Their wants. If they did their wants, they'd get aspiration rewards. The same way that Sims 4 kind of works now. You'll get aspiration rewards, and then when you have enough points, you can buy things. One of the more bigger ones was also the Fountain of Life, the Elixir of Life that you had. So this, when you buy the orb, if the Sim using the orb is below gold aspiration level, the user might result in the Sim's primary aspiration becoming grilled cheese.
Yep.
And gold is like, because like you would assume green would be okay. It's not. It's not okay.
No, you had to. You had to be like real good with your aspiration if you didn't want to end up being obsessed with grilled cheese.
I didn't use anything unless like you're platinum now. Great. All they care about is grilled cheese. All they want to eat. All their wants have to do with eat and preparing grilled cheese. All they fear is pretty much burning grilled cheese or eating like old grilled cheese. And normally you can only make grilled cheese during lunch during The Sims 2, but these Sims can make grilled cheese all day long.
Grilled cheese for breakfast, grilled cheese for dinner.
Grilled cheese is on a bagel. You can have grilled cheese anytime.
God, I want grilled cheese now.
Their lifetime one is to eat 200 grilled cheese sandwiches.
I don't have any bread. I'm gonna have to bake bread.
You don't have bread?
No, when I went to get bread out of the cupboard today, it was moldy. I had to chuck it out.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I eat this oat nut bread, and it's yet to ever go moldy, and it makes me worried about what I'm eating, but also I appreciate the fact that it doesn't go moldy. It's one of those where I don't want to think about it too hard.
Our bread doesn't usually go moldy. It goes hard, but because I had it frozen, because our local baker is on their 2-week holiday, I think they open up next Friday again, I got 2 large loaves and I froze one, and that was the defrosted one, so like the end of it was still kind of like
the water.
Yeah, so that got a little moldy, but it's fine. It was just the last slices anyway. But that means I'm gonna have to take out my bread machine after we're done recording, because otherwise I don't have any bread.
Send me bread, please.
And I want grilled cheese now.
Do you want to know what they did when their aspiration failed? They would draw a picture of a grilled cheese sandwich on a piece of cardboard and kiss it and try to eat it.
I mean, I could do that too, but I don't think it'll taste taste as good.
That one's like, you worried me before with the grilled cheese, and now you're doing this, and now you worry me a lot.
Yep. Jan, I think you might need therapy.
No, I just need grilled cheese. I know what I need, and it's grilled cheese. Don't look at me like that.
Yep. I think you should go see a therapist just in case. I wonder if I could probably... I bought a cricket, and
a cricket?
Because a cricket. one of those plotters. I have no impulse control. I'm pretty sure I could, like, use it to print out a 3D grilled cheese. if I can't do the
Coming
bread
to our
thing.
Patreon bonus near you. Probably not.
No. It's updating. I can't even check it. It's fine. But yeah, so the grilled cheese aspiration.
I love it so
Their
much.
lifetime want is to eat 200 grilled cheese sandwiches. Here's an interesting question to all of you. Do you think that you have eaten in your lifetime 200 grilled cheese sandwiches, more or less? Let us know.
No, for me. Although I will
Oh, it might be close.
if you have a panini maker, it makes really good grilled cheese sandwiches.
I've been wanting to get a panini maker, but I can't justify it.
I freaking love hot sandwiches. That's a me thing, though.
I can't justify it. But I have an air fryer, and I have to admit, grilled cheese sandwich in the air fryer, it's pretty good.
I keep making my egg rolls, I now have an air fryer and a toaster oven and a panini maker. So just hot things all the time. Kind of want grilled cheese. I'll just deal with it. I know it's a no because I discovered I was lactose intolerant like 10 years ago, so I've just avoided it, which means there's been some very fancy grilled cheeses I've had to look at longingly and be like, not today.
I mean, if I don't have bread and if I can't get myself to actually break out the bread machine and do things to make the bread, I might just make a quesadilla because I have wraps.
Make a quesadilla.
I could make.
I want a quesadilla. I'll eat quesadillas all day, but I won't make a grilled cheese sandwich. I've ordered I think because I normally take the quesadilla like home with me. Like, we're gonna go home and eat you, so I don't make anybody sad. That's what I do with spicy stuff too. I'll just be like, we're gonna eat you at home in private,
so no one can see my shame. It's fine.
Those spicy stuff, because like I ate something. Last spicy thing I ate, the waitress kept asking if I was okay.
No! Everything goes
leaks.
red. Oh god.
Like my eyes leak, my nose runs, so I just look like I've been crying, and I'm like, no, it's really good. I really like the peanut sauce.
Oh god. I tried making kind of like a pasta puttanesca kind of thing like a couple of weeks ago, and I just kind of gave my own spin to it. I just like, I have anchovies, I have this. I'll just throw it all in a pan and see what happens. And I made my own chili garlic oil. So I put like the oil in a pan, like put it low. Once it was glistening, I put in like the garlic chips, and then because I grew chilies and I am drying them, and I chopped some up.
So fancy.
And put that in there, and it was delicious chili oil. I, however, should have removed the oil from the pan and then sprinkled some on the pasta when it was finished, as opposed to putting everything in the oil. Because, my god, that was spicy. That was just... oof.
Ava's actually a ghost. She died that day.
Oh, did I ever. And the thing is, as well, because I had the gastric bypass thing, I'm not supposed to eat super spicy. Because like afterwards, my surgeon was like, "Do you like spicy food?" And I was like, "I can't really do very spicy. I mean, it's fine." But it's
and
like,
immediately after, you're like, "Why? No, what? I should grow chilies."
because he's like, "If you eat a lot of spicy food, that's fine, but it just means I have to prescribe you stomach protectors." And I was like, "Oh no, that won't be necessary." And then just dump a shitload of chili oil or whatever I eat. And then afterwards, I discovered sriracha and just gochujang, and like, I should probably maybe get those stomach protectors my doctor was talking about.
Hello, nice doctor, sir. You know how I told you that thing? Well, I immediately started doing the thing I wasn't supposed to, that I wasn't doing before, but now that you said I couldn't do it, I started doing it, and can I please have those things?
To be fair, I do have a prescription for them because at some point I'm going to need to get my wisdom teeth out. And because it's so painful, we need to get a painkiller that's slightly higher than just normal paracetamol. And if I go above normal paracetamol, I need stomach protectors. So he did give me the prescription for whatever I need to. But then COVID happened, and couldn't go to the dentist or anything. And since they don't bother me, it's fine. But I'm pretty sure if I go for my next checkup, my dentist is gonna say, "Yeah, those have to come out," and then I'm gonna be real sad. And that's the story of how Ava hates the dentist. Back to the nightlife.
How did we get here?
I don't know.
Is your dentist happen to be in a downtown area, maybe?
No, actually, he lives in Ostkamp, which is about as rural as you can get.
I tried for a transition, it didn't work.
I'm sorry.
The main feature for Sims 2 Nightlife was the downtown area.
Yep.
Downtown is everything you're looking for, from dancing to dining to dating, and so much more. Come visit our downtown and find out what the nightlife has to offer. Now, this is a sub-neighborhood, which means it's not like the standard game came with like those 3 set neighborhoods, so it came with Pleasant View, Strangerville, and Veronaville.
Shakespeare Land, yes.
Strangertown. Strangerville. Strangetown. Strangetown.
Strangetown?
Strangetown. Blech. So it came with those 3 like main towns. Now what happened with the sub-neighborhood, it meant that you would attach the downtown to one of those towns. So Pleasant View, you could attach a Pleasant downtown to Pleasant View, and then the Pleasants could move down, like when Lilith wanted to move out of her house, because why wouldn't she want to? And her and Dirk could move to downtown when they grew up into adults. And then you could add another downtown to Veronaville and say Juliet. Was it Juliet and Romeo, or did they change their names? We'll just say Juliet and Romeo. Juliet and Romeo wanted to run away after they could go to their downtown. But those 2 downtowns are not connected. They're separated. But they are connected to their towns that you attach them to. It's the same way that university works. You could attach different universities to different towns. Or you could be crazy like me and just be like, you get all 3 universities.
Juliet, Cap, and Romeo Monty.
So it is Juliet.
On point. Yeah.
I was like, did they change? It might have been Julie. I don't know. So this downtown came with 14 residential lots and 30 community lots.
Was this the first
30?
was this the first sub-neighborhood?
No, universities. You could attach.
Yeah, university came before. Yeah. But that's a lot of lots. That's 44 lots in total. Hey, Sims 4. Hey, Sims 4.
That's 44 lots in a sub-neighborhood. I'm just saying.
So many. And here are the new types of community lots downtown. You have nightclubs, you have restaurants, you have karaoke, you have bars, you have bowling alleys, and also graveyards. Those all were introduced.
Yay! Graveyards!
And there were all the 14 residential lots were actually empty because there are no families. There are no families in the downtown area. There's nobody in the sin bin. There's nobody.
So they gave you 14 residential lots, and none of them were taken.
Nope.
They were all for you.
And they also did a lot of almost a lot of them had driveways because you needed a driveway to put a car on the lot. So a lot of them came with driveways. Some of them were even here's a garage situation, and then there'd be a first floor, and then they had a lot of different styles of houses. So
basically the houses that were like that had the garage on the bottom and then the living area above. That's the type of house that's very common here in Belgium.
There were a lot of those in this expansion.
They're called a belle étage. That's the kind of house that I live in now. So my garage is downstairs along with my laundry room, and then upstairs is kitchen, living room, bathroom, bedrooms, etc. But a lot of them are attached row houses in that style. I don't know what they're called in English, but that's a very common style of house here. Basically my entire street
is that.
I grew up in a house like that. My parents still live in a house like that. A lot of my friends lived in houses like that. They're very common. If you go to the suburbs here, you will see a lot of those types of houses.
I'm trying to go find because at some point I found I was somewhere where they were literally listing all the different locations of the houses. How did I get there? But yeah, there were those 13 lots. Also, the graveyard. I do want to just touch on something on the graveyard. There's too much in this game. Just because there's no Sims in this game does not mean there's not lore. Because if Sims 2 delivered on anything, it's lore. Yep. So let's briefly talk about the Trico family. When I say briefly, we don't have time to spend on it because there's more stuff. But okay, so in the graveyard downtown, almost the entire Trico family is buried there. There's 6 members of the family are dead, but can be resurrected with a little phone call. They lived there's a house called the House of Fallen Trees.
Which was my absolute favorite building in the entire downtown.
where 2 other family members are buried as well. You can go live in that house. All of the adults died by starvation. All of them.
Yep.
2 teenagers died by a fire and getting hit by a satellite.
I don't know if that's just something where the developers were like, we'll just fucking kill them, we'll pick something, or if there's actually, like, meaning behind it. Because, like, the fact that all the adults died of starvation, you would think maybe the kids died of starvation after the adults got hit by a satellite or something, but no, it's the adults that starved. It's just so weird.
I didn't put this in here, but because I was like, I don't, but the great dad grandpa situation, because there's the grandpa, the next generation, and the teenagers. He has 2 deaths, kind of, because there's one where he died of old age, and then there's a starvation one, and also because you know how, like, there's the NPCs wandering around downtown.
Yeah.
That, like, they brought in, like, a whole bunch of new NPCs that just, like, show up. 6 of the teenagers that came with Nightlife have him as their dad. 6 of them. They all look different.
Well, someone had fun back in the day.
And that's how that's how you can resurrect all these people, is by bringing one of those, bringing them, one of them, into your household and start. But it's like, but none of the 6 kids show relation to each other. They show relation to him.
Yeah. It's weird, man. It's so weird.
I just wanted to touch on it because it's just like, what? I got stuck in like 20 minutes of just being like, what? Why? Like, what is this?
I mean, it could have just been like, look, we need to put some people in the graveyard so we can show it's a graveyard. Just make this random family, let them die, or there could be a story there. And if there was a story there, I'm just saying, if any of the Sims 2 devs are still around, I want to talk about it.
Or we can make up our own story.
We could do that. It's too hot. What do you guys think happened? Let us know. Write some fan fiction about it. We might read it on the show.
Yeah. And because they're within the expansion pack, there came some notable NPCs. We'll start with the matchmaker. The matchmaker goes along with the fact that there's now an attraction system, which we will get to.
Yep.
There's a lot of math, so we're building up to it. On the matchmaker, you had to go on the phone and invite over. You could pretty much buy a blind date. The more money you spend, the better the match. So if you are cheap, she will give you just a random person.
Capitalism strikes again.
Because they're like popping off, ladies. I think it's like 5k simoleons. I think it's 5,000 simoleons. You'd get like the best match available for you. They'd all be single sims. So I think they had to be single, which meant that sometimes my sim as an adult would come down and be like, a nanny is here now. The nanny came down. You could also buy love potion number 8.5. And also later you could buy the cure for vampirism, lycanthropy, witchiness, and plant simism.
Why you would want to cure witchiness, though, is beyond me, because that's, like, literally the best life state, I'm just saying.
And she is unplayable, but you can be her friend. She will glitch out your system if you tried to bring her into the household. Mrs. Crumplebottom was introduced in Sims 2 Nightlife. Fun fact, she's a Scorpio. I think that tracks.
I know nothing about this. I just know that she's awesome.
Okay, and so she is a legacy character at this point. You do a romantic interest in front of her, she will hit you with her purse.
Damn straight she will.
But this made me laugh because, like, as much as also, if you, like, the best way, if she's on your lot and you're trying to have a date, she will be distracted by drinks. She will be distracted by playing poker.
Yep.
If she's distracted in doing something, she won't.
Yep.
Come hit you. So
Grandma likes sipping her gin and juice and playing the numbers. That's just, she is queen.
So go to like a bar with a poker table, which is downtown. And as much as she is an NPC, she's actually treated more like an object in the game.
Down the patriarchy!
So her, like, location is actually in the objects package in the game files. That's really why you can't interact with her the same way you can interact with other NPCs.
Dare you?
I actually think it's respectful because they were like, people are going to try to fuck this lady who hates romantic interactions, and she doesn't want to consent to that. So
that's a good point. That's a good point.
They knew their audience.
She is not having your shenanigans.
So the best way to avoid that is to make her an object. So she could get bitten by vampires, but she doesn't fully turn. and it will cause the file to be corrupted, and it will affect every neighborhood within downtown, and it can only be fixed by reinstalling the game. So I would be careful if I were you. Don't mess with Crumple Bottom pretty
Nope.
much in
Leave
Sims
her
2.
alone.
And in episode 77, my favorite townie, Ava has a declaration of adoration, pretty much.
Look, I'm just giving the legend what she deserves. So there is that. I love that lady, and I love her purse. TM. She's queen.
She is who she is, and she knows that.
She is a witch. A woman in total control of herself.
And also she gets further backstory in Sims 3, which is sad, but in Sims 2, we just know her as the lady with the bag.
Yeah, just the lady with the purse. TM.
We also got Graham Vampire and Vampiresses.
Okay. Now let me tell you something about vampires in The Sims 2. If you've ever seen a Hammer horror film, like Christopher Lee as Dracula, that's basically vampires in The Sims 2.
Mm-hmm.
They're all like the capes with the collars and the blah. That was the
hand over the nose.
the hand over. Oh, just fucking love it. So the Grand Vampires and the Grand Vampiresses are the leaders of the downtown vampires. So Sims can only be bitten if they have a good relationship with a Grand Vampire. So if you want to get bitten, you have to be friends with them, and then you could be like, "Bite me, daddy," and he'd be like, "Weird kink, but okay." Their names are randomly generated, but they will always be preceded by Count or Contessa. They have grayish skin tones, red eyes, and fangs. They only appear at night because, duh, they walk hunched over with the arm hiding the lower face. This is called stalking, but not like the offense stalking, like not the type of stalking you could go to jail for. It's just like a way of walking stalking. I feel like this is like you have to ask them to bite you. Like consent is
important.
Key. So they're not doing like the bad stalking, they're doing like the walk stalking. So you have to be careful though, because once a sim is bitten, the Grand Vampire has a high chance of biting any other sim they come in contact with, regardless of relationship. And that can only be stopped by leaving the lot. So once you get your chomp chomp, maybe just walk away. Because, for all you know, Agnes Crumplebottom, Miss Crumplebottom walks onto the lot and they bite her and then your game is corrupted. You don't want that.
Mm-mm.
When a sim asks a Grand Vampire to move in, he or she will bring around 50,000 simoleons to the household, implying that Grand Vampires are quite wealthy. I mean, they are ancient beings. They've probably had, like, a lot of time.
They only have 50K.
Right? They only have 50.
That was a lot in Sims 2. I think that was the most you could bring in Sims 2 money if it wasn't if it wasn't a person you were playing previously. But it's like you've been alive for 200 years and you only have 50K. I have questions.
Look, that was a lot of money back in 17 too. Okay. That always look a little aside here. You know when you watch these period dramas like Pride and Prejudice and whatnot, and it's like he has 10,000 pounds a year, and that's like
a year,
and that's like a big thing. And I'm like,
you're like, that's just math.
Holy shit! I would be God back in Regency England.
I would be. Yeah, we'd be rich.
Yeah, we'd be richer than Mr. Darcy. Like, fuck that. But then again, we'd be women, so we would have no money.
I think Bingley's 10K a year. Let me 1 second.
Yeah, I think Darcy is 15K a year. No, wasn't Bingley 5K a year?
Daniel's only. Oh, okay. So, Darcy's annual earnings are. He had 16K a year.
Oh, 16K a year. Okay.
Consider that most of Darcy's fortune is in his home, property, and investments. 10K is merely a year's disposable income. So I don't know if I have disposable. He might still be richer than us.
I mean, you're right. I don't think I have 10K a year in disposable income. I have a lot of annual costs.
In 2003, someone did math and adjusted for inflation. He had 450,000 a year in spending money. If we're considering.
Well, I suppose in spending money, that's a lot.
Oh, wait, this is from 2021, which would be like having a yearly income of 8 million nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
Who knows which one of these maths is right? I don't know.
He'd probably. I mean, if we earned what we earn today and then brought that into that period of time, we would be just making it rain. But then again, we would be women. We would have no rights.
We'd be singing that song from 6.
Oh my god, yeah.
Sitting here all alone. Yeah, we'd be doing that.
Yep,
Be
we
like,
would
"Oh."
be doing that. We would be Anna of Cleves.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, that was just an aside. The Grand Vampire wears a variation of the Sims 2 Nightlife Victorian suit and cape. The vampire adding gloves and a blue medallion, among other things. The hair is always neatly combed because, obviously, I mean, you can't go wild with the style since you don't have a reflection. You need something that you can just know.
Do you think it's just hairsprayed to hell?
Yeah, just go like, it's just pat it down. It's fine.
They actually sleep face down in the coffin so they don't mess up their hair.
no bedhead. The Grand Vampiress wears a red variation of the Nightlife medieval dress, which normally comes in blue or brown. She gets red. So they wear their hair long with a silver headpiece sporting a red gem. So basically just be able to comb it through, plop the headband on without needing a mirror. These outfits can be accessed in Create a Sim by using the debug mode. They're also very well adjusted to the downtown area, as Grand Vampires always have the pleasure aspiration, which is very odd, because they have a fear, like pleasure Sims have a fear of getting bit by vampires.
They do, which, yeah. This is what I've become.
Yep, so they will be attracted to going downtown and can only leave at night when most Sims can be found there. So it's basically a buffet for them. Sometimes they can be hard to get along with because they reject most interactions, including flirty actions, but once you get to know them, they start to accept more. I mean, I get it, you know? You've been alive for a long time. You've had a lot of people come and go from your life. It gets hard sometimes. You put up that wall, you know?
Mm-hmm.
The easiest way to befriend them is to come to the downtown community lot with a friend, start a water balloon fight, and fight the Grand Vampire once it appears. They will never reject that action, apparently.
Who rejects a midnight water balloon fight?
Right? I mean, once you get seasons and it turns like to winter, I probably wouldn't, but
Maybe a snowball fight's the equivalent. Will they turn down a snowball?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, if that's your thing, you do you.
They will technically snowball fight. You can have a water balloon fight and kill everybody in the wintertime.
Yeah. This game is wild, man. I fucking love it.
In apartment life, like, I just the amount of Sims who like live in the same apartment complex who just don't go inside during the winter, and it's like, son of a bitch.
Yep.
I'm not responsible for you right now. Get inside.
They're just like, you're on the phone with a friend who's like, how's it going? Oh yeah, no, I'm just watching all my neighbors freeze to death outside the apartment building. It's fine.
These
fine.
dumb bitches.
The dumbasses.
I can't tell if this is going to raise or lower my rent prices, but they need to get inside.
They're definitely affecting property value somehow. Anyway, in the morning, the Grand Vampires will stop any current actions and they will run away from the lot, just like normal vampires, because the sun comes up and they have very sensitive skin, and they left their factor 50 at home. So, they can appear on a business lot if it's a community lot located in downtown, so they can show up if you have a business in downtown. You can find them there. After biting a sim on a community lot, they will go into a biting frenzy. So, like I said, once you get your chomp, GTFO, because they will be able to bite almost any sim regardless of their relationship. They can also bite universal NPCs, like Mrs. Crumplebottom. Like we said, can cause a game corruption. Leave the poor woman alone. She doesn't need this. She doesn't need this shit. She just wants
She's an object for a reason. Leave her alone.
She just wants to sip her martini and play cards. That's all she wants. Even if they're cured after you move them in, they will still like walk with their arm over their face. They will still do like the stalking action. So I think that's just like muscle memory. Once it's in there, it's hard to.
This is why this arm alone is buff and this other arm is a weak string bean.
Yeah. So yeah, you gotta carry the weight of that cape, man. That's heavy fabric. Ugh. So if you want to become a vampire, you can get like glumped on the neck.
Glumped
By a sim who's already. Does anybody remember Glump?
Tumblr days.
Oh man, the early 2000s.
That was like 2010 Tumblr days.
Yeah, that's a good time.
Just a bunch of super hulock and glomping.
Yeah. So yeah, if someone's already a vampire, they can give you the neck chomp. So you have to have a high relationship. We know this. Blah blah blah. Other Sims can also influence a vampire to bite another Sim, though it will likely only be successful if it's a grand vampire that is influenced to do so. I don't know what it is. It's a weird, like, power play, I guess? I don't know. This is my favorite fucking thing, okay? Listen to me. Listen to me! They have a blah interaction.
Blah.
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 So, when I tell you that this is like good old Hammer horror style, I fucking mean it. Like the stalking and the caping and the blah, I fucking love it.
It is funny because you can like hear it sometimes if there's like a vampire in the lot, and so you just hear blah, and you're like, oh, "Fuck, where's the vampire?"
And the thing is about the blah interaction, it lowers the bladder need of the target non-vampire Sim and can be used regardless of relationship. So you can literally blad another Sim into peeing their pants.
I feel like this is like so like there's I can't remember which. There's a very specific dance night party situation. What is the name of it? Night party. There's a nightclub. Jesus, there's a nightclub downtown that is I think it's owned by vampires. It's like Crypto Nightclub or something.
Oh yeah. I remember that one.
I feel like this is also a way of like, oh, the bouncer's busy. 1 second, I'm just gonna make this guy pee his pants, so he'll leave our dance. He'll leave our establishment.
So just blah.
Blah.
Great. Teen vampires can get the undead scholarship to go to college.
Not bad.
But the memory description will incorrectly describe the Sim as a zombie, which I think is a little bit discriminatory, but okay.
I think it sounds like they did not update the, they were like, just throw them in there with that one. They didn't update the verbiage.
Zombie, vampire, and they're both dead. So, vampires will not age past an adult. They cannot die of old age, cannot die of starvation, even if their hunger reaches 0. So cannot die of starvation. Their motives become static during the night, unless depleted by specific activities. But they drop very quickly during the day. If they are exposed to daylight, they will sizzle and smoke and see their needs plummet rapidly. So,
and it's Sims 2, so plummet rapidly means, oh god, I have a minute to get you out of here.
Yeah, exactly. So if they're not directly indoors quickly, they will burn to ash and die. So they have to sleep in a coffin or meditate during the day. And because they're nocturnal, they can be contacted via phone after other Sims complain of being woken up. So you can basically call them after, I think it's like 10 p.m., but you can't call them between 7 and 6 because then they're going to be asleep. But you can chat with them on the computer at any time. So they're probably just in their coffin, like with their phone, like, hey, what's up?
Oh, hi, I'm just sleeping. What's up?
Yeah. So, yeah. There are other creature Sims that can also become vampires and possess unique combinations of physical traits, like aliens, plant Sims, and evil-aligned witch vampires will have turquoise skin, while zombie vampires turn dark blue. Werewolf vampires will retain their vampiric appearances during the day and look like werewolves at night.
That might be the worst combo. You could like, I'm only functioning at nighttime. Please do not. You don't want to see me when I'm mad. You don't want to see me in the daylight.
Just don't call me before 10 p.m. and we'll be fine.
But also, I'm a living nightmare after 10 p.m. also.
And I can't drink coffee, so basically my life sucks. Servo vampires gain fangs, a red eye, and a small bat tattoo on their heads.
Can I Google? Hold on. Sorry for my loud.
I also need to look this up now. Servo vampire.
Image.
Oh my god!
Huh.
This is the greatest fucking thing.
Does it get eyelashes?
Look at those little things! Well, I know what I'm doing this afternoon. There's witch servos. This is the greatest game. It's the fucking greatest game, guys.
Sims 2's the best. I don't know what to tell you guys.
I mean, it was amazing.
Oh my god. I haven't really played with servos. I didn't know servos were like, we can do whatever humans can. We just can't be.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just baffled that this is a possible cross species.
That must hurt to turn them.
You just gotta find that sweet spot where there's like not metal.
Hey, they're made of metal.
Also, what the fuck? What the fuck do you drink?
Oil? What if they like?
Ugh.
Would you get electrocuted if you just like hit a wire?
Oh my god, just zap.
Zzz.
It's like, shit. That is amazing though. I might have to try that now. Anywho, you can cure vampirism. Like if at one point you get sick of only being able to get out at night, you miss the sweet, sweet kiss of the sunlight on your skin, you can cure vampirism with Vamproxolin D, which is purchasable from the matchmaker or brewable by witches.
Oh.
I think we did have like a conversation about witches as well when we were talking about apartment life.
We haven't talked about.
No, we haven't done that yet. Forget what I said. Time means
We're
nothing.
going to at some point. We're going to.
We're going
honestly,
to. It's on the list.
Like that pack entirely is like, well, it's the last expansion pack. What do we want
Yeah,
to
well,
put in
just-
it? Everything?
What haven't we done yet? Okay, just put it all in there.
Just stuff it all in there.
We got spiral staircases. We got witches. We got
A new
stuff.
town.
We got a new town. We got just things.
I love that expansion pack.
It's a very good expansion pack. It's just like, here, have apartment, also witches. But they can make it. Other Sims can influence vampire Sims to drink Vamproxolin D, provided they have the potion in their inventory, which can be accomplished by giving it to them as a gift. Once they're cured, the Sim will be returned to normal. They will be able to go out in the day, and they will lose all the perks of being a creature of the night. So no more blah, which is sad.
No more blah.
There's also a testing cheats interaction that exists for curing vampirism, but it's kind of bugged and doesn't actually cure it, so maybe just get them the potion. Sims will not necessarily have wants or fears related to vampirism, but if they do, all Sims except knowledge and pleasure Sims will fear it. So knowledge Sims will want it once bitten will fear curing it, because they're like, this is the tits.
Knowledge Sims.
They want to be all the things.
They want it to be everything. They're like, do weird stuff to me. I want to know what it's like.
Just stick. Is that the werewolf juice? Just stick it in here. Stick it in me.
You have to bite. Okay, like go ahead. Go. It's open. Look, neck.
Yeah. No, I can just get your wrist if it. No. Here in the neck. It's fine.
I was told this is the traditional way to do it. So please.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, my veins are very, very hard to access in my wrist, so maybe just go for the jugular. It's fine. There's a memory of becoming a vampire, and it's always positive, even if Sim feared becoming one. So that's kind of like that'll give you whiplash. The grand vampires will not appear in a neighborhood that does not have a downtown sub-neighborhood associated with it. So if you don't have downtown, no vamps.
That makes sense because I think like their game file is attached to downtown.
Yeah.
I would imagine. So if
Yeah.
you don't have the thing it's attached to, why would it be there?
The vampires won't bite autonomously until a playable Sim has been turned into one. So after that, remember, you get your chomp, you run, because otherwise they're going to bite everybody on the lot. So basically, because that requires some positive action on the part of the player, whether or not to have vampires other than the grand vampire is basically your choice. So if you're like, I'm going to get them to like neck glump me, and then I'm going to wait until they neck glump some other people, and then I'm going to skedaddle, you can do that. Just make sure that maybe Mrs. Crumplebottom isn't anywhere on the lot.
She doesn't want anyone to touch her, and we respect that.
Yeah. Respect the queen. There's also a modder called J-Fade. They have a set of mods that can be used to control vampires biting. Like, one can keep the vampires from biting NPCs, which could be useful, so they don't go after good old Mrs. Crumplebottom. And the other only allows them to bite on residential lots, while the third disables biting altogether. So if you want to have them in the game, but don't want them to actually bite anyone, you can do that. Now, let's do some trivia! Trivia! Did you know that vampires will occasionally hiss or blah as an idle action, which is how you can tell they're on the lot?
Because you'll hear it and you're like, uh-oh.
You'll hear the or the bleh, which is great. Because they have no reflections, using a mirror will result in the vampires reacting with shock and some loss of comfort.
Aww.
Yeah. Although A vampire will not appear in mirrors. Their wedding ring, if they have one, will.
Cute.
Because when in The Sims 2, once they got married, they got a ring regardless of whether you put it on or not. So it was just theirs. So if they're married,
That helped me a lot with because I had a rule only romance sims could either single sims or other romance sims was my rule, just to keep it from.
so it was literally like, look for the ring.
Look for the ring, or like I have your name written down as a romance sim, so you're fair game.
Technically, the vampire skin is a whole body tattoo.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, if you're a diehard Sims 2 Nightlife fan, there's your tattoo option. It might be painful though, just saying, and expensive, and take a long time. For the purposes of chemistry, vampires are considered to have full face makeup as well as vampirism. Caitlin's going to explain more about that later. Although plant sims' need for sunlight conflicts with vampires' aversion.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, this might be the worst one. Wait.
Yeah, no. Installing sun lamps over their coffin will keep their needs stable. So that is like, you are a creature who needs the sun, and now you are a creature who loathes the sun, and you both need it, and you can't have it, and it's like...
That might be the worst one. Maybe then werewolves.
Is that what, like, being lactose intolerant feels like? Like, you need the cheese, but you can't have the cheese? Because that's what it would be for me. I need the cheese! What happens if I can't have the cheese?
You just deal with it. Do you know how many people with, like, including myself, who have lactose intolerance are just like, I just deal with the consequences. I deal with it in my own time. That's why I politely take things back to my home. But...
I mean, I kind of get it, because of the bypass. Sometimes I just know if I'm going to eat another bite, I'm going to severely regret it for hours to come, but I do it anyway. And then I just lie in bed and feel miserable for 3 hours. It's fine.
Human beings don't do what's best for them.
No, like, we know that it's gonna suck for a couple hours, but we're like, worth it.
But also so good. So yummy.
Yeah. Like, I know if I have another bite of this Irish ribeye steak, I'm going to regret it, but... worth it. So there's that. So even if the player traps a non-household member vampire in a room without a door, they will eventually teleport to escape.
Oh, so they will not be in your whatever weird thing you have set up.
No. I do think that I managed to kill a vampire in Sims 2 once by fencing them in the yard.
Oh, Drew Carey style?
Yeah, I think I did that. I can't remember. And anyway. Caitlin. Tell us about chemistry.
Chemistry is the ability for Sims to form relationships. It makes their lightning bolts over Sim's panel portrait to show how weak or strong the chemistry is. Because there's chemistry and attraction, which I use intermediately between here, which is both right and wrong. Because technically 2 Sims can have chemistry, but if I'm not interested in... If my sim is gay and, like, they're talking to a female, they could still have good chemistry, but I'm not going to be interested in you. Just as a heads up. And then there's attraction, which is the lightning bolt situation. So 3 lightning bolts is the highest attraction a sim can have for another sim. And a lightning bolt with an X through it means they are disgusted by you.
What the fuck are you?
Romantic relationships are easier the more chemistry between 2 Sims. They will even have access to certain social interactions earlier in the relationship, and you'll know it's there because there'll be a little lightning bolt to be like, normally you cannot kiss their hand by now, but because you two really are into each other, we're going to let you do that. I loved this feature because I liked that it let my Sims make their own choices about, like, who and what would be going on. Also, fun fact, Juliet and Romeo in Veronaville only have 1 lightning bolt. They're not that...
Oh no, they're not that into each other. Who could have
No.
guessed they've known each other for 3 whole days?
That was a big bummer when I was like, let's go see Romeo. No, they don't. They're just
No.
They're like, it's there, but it's not the highest.
No.
It was a big bummer for me. So, Sims can scope room, which is an option. You'll click the Sim, and then they can scope room.
Oh man, I used to fucking love that.
I love this feature. You pretty much look around the room, and whichever Sim they could have potential chemistry with will glow like white. And a Sim that glows white creates a strong attraction. Or any attraction at all, really. And all the Sims would glow in the room that they would have attraction for, but whichever Sim has the most attraction will, like, stand out, and they'll be like,
yeah.
I'm really into that Sim. And if you really want to, like, say you're talking to a Sim and you're like, I want to know if this Sim I want to know if this sim is attractive to me, you can check sim out. And you can also ask that sim, do you like what you see? Which they'll do a little like hand motion to like shake their shoulders. Do you like what you see? The sim will be honest, so they'll be like, eh, they'll literally just be like, eh, or like they'll do that back to them if they find each other attractive. So beware, because if they don't find attractive, they'll be like, eh, whatever.
Because it is possible to, like, be attracted to one sim, but then having that sim not be attracted back to you if you have, like, traits that they don't like.
Yes. Depending on likes and dislikes.
Yeah.
Also, this was really cute. So, okay, say, like, household members who have strong chemistry with one another, like, they're alike in a lot of ways, they're compatible, and are, like, zodiacs, they have all the things. The sims could cross a house just to read a book next to the sim they have a high chemistry with.
Oh, that's so cute.
So it's like, well, I could have read upstairs by myself, but I wanted to read next to you.
That is so freaking cute.
That's also why sometimes sims would cross, like, I'm going to do the dishes while you're taking a bath, but I'm going to do the dishes in the same bathroom so we can be near each other. That's why it would happen.
At least then doing dishes in the bathroom had a reason. In Sims 4, they just do it for no apparent reason at all.
Yeah. I was like, that is the cutest thing I've ever read in Sims 2.
So fucking cute.
Do you want to know what's super sexy? Math. Do you want to know what chemistry in Sims 2 boils down to?
I have a thing or two to say about that.
Math.
Math is definitely in my dislikes category.
Math is pretty much what this boils down to. Chemistry is controlled mainly by your Sims turn on and turn offs, which came with Nightlife, personality, zodiac signs, and aspirations. Now, the Sims Wiki has a whole point system that you can go look up that involves by this. We're not going to get too deep into some of it. It's going to be a too long to read situation. Just know that 90 points and up gets you that.
Yes, also, if I have to sit here and listen to math for half an hour, I'm pretty sure that is in violation of the Geneva Convention. So, if you want to figure out the math, go look it up.
I'm from America. I do what I want. 90 points and higher.
There it is. There it is. There it is.
We'll get you the 3 bolts. Negative 25 points or less gets you that X in the lightning bolt.
That X lightning bolt.
So aspirations with the highest chemistry score, 35 points, are romance and pleasure sims, and family and knowledge sims. And then the parents with the lowest chemistry score, negative 35 points. Romance and family, that tracks. Fortune and grilled cheese. Popularity and grilled cheese. I just can't keep inviting you to this party. All you talk about is grilled cheese.
So much hate for the grilled cheese sims, man.
And knowledge and pleasure. But I think I didn't put it on here, but I think 2 grilled cheese aspirations have like 135 points. Like you have
holy shit.
If 2 people are 2 grilled cheese, like
do you like grilled cheese?
Oh my
god, I like grilled cheese too.
Is that do you want to make grilled cheese like right now?
Oh my god. I have a drawing of grilled cheese. Do you want to make it?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Did we just become best friends?
Yes.
Oh my god.
The top and literally they have a breakdown of almost every one of them. I just put the top and lowest on here.
Yeah, I never got that like zodiac sign pairing down.
I don't know if these are accurate. One second. Look. Okay, so pairings with the highest chemistry are Aries and Taurus, Gemini and Pisces, and Capricorn and Aquarius.
Aries and Taurus share very good compatibility with each other as they both are fire signs. Which was the other one?
Gemini, Pisces.
Geminis and Pisces make wonderful friends and lovers.
All right. And then Capricorn and Aquarius are slow-moving signs that don't believe in pressing their feelings on others. Because Aquarius, once these 2 believe each other, it's difficult to betray each other. Long-term, is Capricorn and Aquarius isn't necessarily a match made in heaven. So this one is meh. And then the ones with the least compatibility.
So I have to stay away from Taurus. We have to stay away from Taurus.
Virgos and Tauruses, Aries and Cancers, Gemini and Capricorn, Leo and Capricorn, Libra and
Hey, hold
Scorpio.
hold on. Here it says that a Taurus-Virgo relationship works so well because both partners are willing to put forth the necessary effort to make a relationship last.
So these are not true to life, but in Sims time, Now we know. I was wondering when I was putting these in here. I was like, I wonder if these are accurate.
Even if Taurus is notoriously stubborn, Virgo's more flexible nature will help them compromise. So what the fuck is this?
Why are we on the negative list?
I don't know.
Well, Capricorn's on here twice, and Scorpio's on here twice. Libra, Scorpio, and Scorpio, Aquarius. Those are negative 30, negative 35. And Sims with the same zodiac sign are neutral to each other. But also, because their signs are dictated by their personality traits, this is where it gets, like, a little more complicated with the thing.
Yeah.
So long story short, the closer they are in personality, the more attraction they have to each other. So if a Sim is super grouchy and they meet another Sim who's super grouchy, they'll have a positive 7 points if they're in the same range. If a Sim is super grouchy and they meet a Sim who's super nice, they will have negative 7 points.
So how does Bert and Ernie work?
Sometimes opposites attract. Maybe some of their, like, this is why it's a game and not real life.
Well, I guess.
Opposites don't attract in Sims 2.
Apparently they don't.
And then turn-ons and turn-offs. Each sim you can select.
Okay, I need validation here. Okay, Am I the only one who always used to put stink as their turn off every single time? Yeah.
Yes, stink.
Good. Yes. Vindication!
There was always some that I was like, I think I'd also randomized it because I was like, I don't know.
That is like literally I don't care if you have blonde hair or brown hair, if you're creative or more logical, I don't care. If you smell bad, please get away from me. It's just a turn. I can't help it.
It's
if
your
you have,
Sims turn on.
if you're stinky, I don't want to stand near you. I'm pretty sure that goes for most people.
Let me see if there's a list of them. I did not put down the turn on and turn off. Like, there's like the hair colors, clothing. So, like, if you're wearing swimwear, super into that. Or like underwear.
Oh, right, yeah.
Makeup, fitness, cologne,
jewelry,
life states.
Good cook.
Good at skill, employment. Like, so you could find unemployed as a turn on.
Yeah.
But also turn off. And stuff like hard worker comes effective if the sim has a 6 or higher in their career track.
Yep.
So there's a lot you could pick from.
That was a super fun system. I always used to like mess around with the likes a lot, but the dislike was always stink. Always.
So they can select turn on, turn off from a list. Each trait that matches a turn on is 17.5 points. And a turn off is negative 22.5.
I hear numbers. That mean nothing to me.
It's literally it's more complicated. I summed it up. But just know 90 points is the goal for super, and then negative 25. So you could see how you could get, if things are like 35 points and negative 30, and these are the extremes, there's some 17.5s in there too.
Yeah.
So, and there's notes wearing glasses or jewelry will for some reason set off the lycopanthy trait. Like, say, like, if you like that, wearing glasses or jewelry will set off that trait. But wearing glasses will set off the jewelry trait, but wearing jewelry will not set off the glasses trait.
Wow, that is wild.
So Sims 2 has always been a little bit like, why is that like that? I don't know.
Just cause math, I guess.
And this is where dates also came in for Sims 2, but dates haven't really changed that much since you just do what the things tells you to do. Like, the more during your date, you want to interact with your date, and you want to do likes and dislikes. You want to do likes, and you want to do the wants that your Sim has. Hopefully,
you want to do the Sims 2 showed you what their wants were, and then you had to accommodate those. Like, if they wanted to go swimming, if they wanted to go dine at a restaurant, if they wanted to kiss you, if they wanted to go bowling. The more you did stuff that they wanted to do, the better the date would go.
And originally when the date starts, ideally the wants would flip over, like the wants would like reset, and they would reset to do stuff with the date. It would always be irritating. The more wants you did, they'd clear up and the new want would come, and you're like, that doesn't have anything to do with your date. Why do you want to buy a piano right now? I can't help you. And you could also reset the wants by checking your sim out, because if you checked your sim out and there's a high attraction level, their wants would reset to wanting to like flirt and talk to that sim.
Yeah, that's a good stuff. I remember when they're like, if the date went well, they would leave you like a single rose in a vase, and if it went real well, they would leave you a bouquet, and they would also bring you like random presents. I think I got a lamp.
I got sometimes they leave expensive gifts. Like I get
Yeah.
like that arcade game. I think one time
Oh,
I got
yeah,
a grand
yeah,
I got
yeah.
a grand piano, and I think it was like a Brandy Brook, and I was like, oh my god, she can pay rent now. Jesus Christ.
And then they'd come visit and go like, "Where's that piano I bought you?"
I sold it for rent money. You know who you're talking to right now. Brandy Brook was one of those that had the 6 kids want a lot in my game.
Yeah.
Whenever I restarted, and I'd always be like,
And
well,
they're like, you already have 2 that you can't, 3 that you can't feed. Like, what the fuck? Why do you want 6?
but also you're pretty, and I would like these genes in my game, so I'm going to accommodate this.
That's genetics, and that's a whole different episode. Did you do one about that? About
I
genetics?
did. I think I had a panic attack in the middle because I was like, that's science, and I'm realizing I'm messing it up, and I felt bad because I was like, I think I'm having a little panic attack in the middle of this.
Oh no! Don't have panic attacks.
So I don't know if that episode's good or not because I never listened to it because like did not feel well doing it. Like, have you ever been in the middle of like presenting something at school and you're just like, I know this, but my brain has locked. That happened during that episode.
Oh, I never had that problem.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, public speaking is like one of the... I hate being like the center of attention in any situation, but like put me on a stage in front of a bunch of people and I can't see their faces because of the light, not a problem.
So if you listen to that episode, if you could tell I was having a bad time, if you could not tell I was having a bad time, let me know. If you could tell, don't say anything to me, and I'll just take the silence as...
Maybe we'll redo it one day, and you could have some Xanax before it.
I think it was just like, it's just a lot of like actual science shit. And I was
Yeah.
like,
Oh, shit. High school was forever ago. I don't know what I'm talking about. I get it.
And also there were a lot of cute cast items in Sims 2, like a lot of cute dresses, a lot of cute outfits came with Sims 2 Nightlife.
Truth.
And just a lot of stuff. The bowling alley, you could put a bowling alley just on your lot.
Yeah, you could do that. I remember making, like, when I was making mansions, when I had mansions, I would always, like, have a room with a bowling alley. I would never use it, but if you had a mansion, surely you had to have a bowling alley in there.
I would wait till they rolled the want for it, then I would give them that. Because it was also kind of expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Fortune Sims wanted that a lot because it costs a lot of money. So Fortune Sims would be like, please give me a bowling alley. And you'd be like, you have $100. You cannot afford a bowling alley.
I don't want it.
No. But that, we did like some stuff like the fact that we did not go over cars because we previously covered it. We didn't go over dates because frankly dates have not changed that much from the get-go. I love this pack so much. The fact that I did not feel the need to buy, like this pack is all I had, it's all I needed, and I desperately want an attraction system in Sims 4 because I liked that my Sims got to pick. My Sims had opinions, I guess. I liked it so much. It's the one thing from Sims I haven't seen come back. I don't even think it was in Sims 3. Was it?
I can't remember. No?
I wanted to come back so bad. I just like that my Sims had an idea of what they wanted, you know?
I'm thinking, I don't think there was.
That's why Sims 2 is better. Look at that. Look at that.
Can't fault you there. It did bring us like a lot of very, very elaborate systems with a lot of math. But,
math shows they cared. It honestly
yes.
does. Because this is like a system that way it's a computer system and it's just, this means this is positive, this is negative. Go. I want it. Would it be, I'm afraid they'd put it in like a kit and it would not work.
Yeah.
Has the only Sims 4 game style kit been Bust the Dust that doesn't work, that's still broken?
It might be.
They were like, oh, we can't do gameplay. Hey, okay, never mind. We're just going to put out build and buy forever.
Yeah. I think it's just, that one kind of annoys me as well, because if you want to play...
They need a broom. They need a broom,
yeah, because if you want to play the lot challenge where it's like no power, you
have the dust up.
You can't have the dust up, because you're going to be living in filth because you can't vacuum. Which is it kind of sucks that, that's an aspect of gameplay that they added that can't even be used in every single scenario. So give us a goddamn broom.
Give us a broom, give us an attraction system.
Yeah, just, if you're worried about the animation, just give us a goddamn Swiffer. It's the same animation, just Swiffer.
Oh yeah. Copyright.
Yeah.
An uncopyrighted Swiffer.
I don't know, call it a spiffer. I don't know how Sims works.
It's right there.
There you go. You're welcome, EA.
But that was a quick sum up of Sims 2. And I'm thinking like there might be a bonus episode somewhere. If we can come up with like if our team can come up with like a story for the Trico family, that might be a bonus episode.
Oh my god, that would be so funny.
Because I was sitting here going like, what's happening? There wasn't enough to spend like more than the paragraph that was on here, but
I am honestly creatively drained right now, so I don't think I will be able to do that. But if anyone else wants to come up with it, feel free. You want to send us something? Send us something. We'll read it on the episode. We have time.
hell, we could just play it off like it's a Sims, because we cut this out, because I think we have an idea of having like a Sims, like, you know how there's a bunch of true crime podcasts, but we were like Sims true crime, but it was like we were in the Sims game, and like we're gonna
yeah. It was like somebody killed Mortimer. Who was it?
Or like actual Sims 2 myths, like Bella's missing.
Yeah.
Like, doing a whole episode about like acting like it's a true crime. This is a true crime episode.
Yep. Oh my god, I still want to do that. Like, talk about the whole Bella's missing situation, but in the style of like one of those true crime podcasts, like Case File or something, where it's just like dead serious. Like,
Just said, and that's why we drink. Like,
yeah. She arrived at Don Lothario's house at approximately 7 p.m. However, it would be the last time anyone would see her again. And then the intro. But yeah, no, that is our episode for today. Don't forget, if you want to send us your ideas about the family of starved adults and burnt teenagers, you can do that on our social media. We are Plumbopcast on Instagram and Twitter. We are Plumbop Podcast on Reddit. We are Under the Plumbop Podcast on Facebook and Tumblr. Yes, we have a Tumblr. We have a website.
I forgot.
We have a beautiful, beautiful website that our dear, dear Julia made for us called plumbopcast.com, and you can use the contact form there to send us your story, or you can email us directly at undertheplumbopodcast@gmail.com.
That contact form is now in English.
It's no longer in Swedish.
It showed up and we were like, what's happening?
Yep. So please, if you like, subscribe, rate, review. You can do that on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn, Spotify if you like Spotify. If you don't like Spotify, let Caitlin know. Google Play, Pandora, and...
You can rate on Spotify now, and I think we have ratings.
Yeah, you can do it.
Hold on. Yeah, I saw it, and I was like, oh, look at us. Hold on.
Do people like us?
I think don't we have a What Just Happened that came in from somebody?
Yeah, Riki Teek sent us one.
Riki Teek sent, we like Riki Teek. Riki Teek puts a lot of stuff. If you tag us in the Sims gallery once a month.
We have 33 ratings and a 4.8. I'm okay with that. How did 33 people rate us? Holy shit.
I don't know.
That's not an insignificant amount of people.
That means more people than us on the podcast vote.
I know! So it's not just us.
Because sometimes it's just like, oh, because like there's only 1, 2, 3. There's only like, oh, that's not us.
That's not us.
Wait, but do tag us on the gallery as well, because we do a showcase once a month-ish. Sometimes life happens and we can't get one out, but once a month-ish we go in the gallery, we stream it on Twitch. One of us will stream it. I've done it. I think Ava's done it. Julia's done it. We look at your builds. We'll look at your Sims. So tag. Which one did we pick? Under the Plum Bob?
Or UTPB. Yeah.
We look. Tag us. Okay, Rikitik says, I'm writing because I have been having the most hilarious and strange things happen in my game lately, and I just had to share. I got into The Sims 4 because I watched a huge amount of James Turner's Super Sim series, and I wanted to try it for myself. In the Super Sim Challenge, you have to, one sim, achieve everything in the game, max all the careers, complete every degree, blah, 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 blah. I have been working for years on my 2 Sims, Ruth and Lane. I decided to make a couple so they wouldn't be lonely. That's nice. And also some achievements you need to make children. So yes. And they have to complete everything up to the wedding pack, which I don't own yet. And honestly, don't blame me for that. One of the big things to achieve in the challenge is completing every aspiration. There was a base game update a little while ago that gave us a new aspiration, Villainous Valentine. To complete this aspiration, Sims have to cheat and break up married couples. in true Sims fashion.
Well,
I had my Sim Ruth go to married couples' houses to romance one spouse. The aspiration is kind of messed up, by the way. Yeah, but it's also like, we do this anyway. Sims players tend to be like, oh, I just got the Sim married. Now I'm going to have him cheat on her. But because of the most recent story progression update, every married couple in my game has piles of babies in it. 4 to 5 babies in every home.
oh no!
My Sim is halfway through woohooing Moria Fry. Oh no! Not the fries! Then I started getting notifications that all the babies, the ones clustered around in the bed, which they're woohooing, are starving to death and are about to be taken away.
Oh my god, mood kill.
So I have to bring my other Sim, Lane, to the lot to feed all the babies. I actually took a screenshot of him in the room with all the babies and his wife Moira going at it in the bedroom. I was just like, what just happened?
Yeah, no, I think that qualifies as a what just happened. In fact, I would rank that up a little bit to a what the fuck just happened.
Yeah, there's something about the story progression update, which I do like, by the way. I also like whenever my Sims are sleeping, I'm just hitting the mailbox over and over again to be like, oh, they just had a baby. Oh, they just broke up. Oh, someone
never
just
done that. I should probably do that because I'm on Gen 2 with this current playthrough.
It's a newer update, so
Yeah,
like just
I should probably try it.
I
See
will
what
say
happens.
Sims won't have, if they're single, they won't just have mysterious babies like in
Oh,
Sims
good.
3. Like Sims 3 had a big problem with just like, and then they had a child somehow.
Oh, good. So we do in fact recognize that it takes 2 to make a baby, and that both parties are responsible for said baby.
Those 2 Sims do have to be in the same house, I think, though, or they have to be in a relationship. So it's not just, they're not a lot of oopsies, I guess, or
Good.
planned oopsies, or just
Yes.
don't know how to explain it. But yeah, I think the 2 Sims.
Could you get whoopsies in like The Sims 3?
Yes, that happens so much.
Yeah,
Just a
you
Sim
could.
randomly having a kid and there be no father, and you're like, or there be no mother, and you're like, where did you come from? Where did you go?
Where did you come from? Cotton Eye Joe. Children of the 90s, here we are. Oh, look, man. Scatman came onto the radio a while ago, and I could still sing along to that, and my mom just looked at me and went like, what the fuck are you?
My dad, he doesn't understand the reference because my dad watches a lot of Formula One, and they say round the outside a lot. And every time I'm like, round the outside, on the outside, this is like a job for me, so everybody just follow me. And he's like, what are you doing? And I was like, they keep saying round the outside.
Yeah.
I don't know what you want from me.
I guess this was our episode.
This was our
first one back, and we're almost clocking into 2 hours. We're at like a good hour and a half.
Yeah.
We had shit to talk about.
We got tangenty because it's been like, oh yeah, blah, 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 blah. We'll see what gets cut. We'll see, like...
We'll see.
Jess will be editing and be like,
yeah.
what the F are they talking about? Get rid of that.
Fuck. And one of them's filing their nails again, goddammit! I'm sorry.
But thank you for listening.
Yes,
Welcome back.
you.
We got some stuff planned in the pipeline we're excited about.
Yes, shit is happening.
Okay, if there's anything you want us to cover, let us know. Probably expect another Sims 2 pack at some point, because I don't think we've talked about any of the Sims 2 packs. If it's taken me this long for me to be allowed to do Nightlife, then we probably have not talked about Sims 2 packs.
I do want to talk about the free time pack, because that was one of my personal favorites, but I think we also covered crafting in depth, which was a huge part of that particular pack, so I don't know. Like, we'll look it up, we'll see.
And thank you guys for sticking with us. Even, thank you. We took our breaks and now we're good. Highly encourage taking breaks from anything.
We took a break.
We're sticking with us for the break. 'Cause I'm always nervous about taking a break and people being like, well, they're no longer posting. Goodbye.
I mean, our listeners aren't babies. Their object permanence isn't that bad, but I get it. I'm also like, people are going to forget we exist. But we're back. It was super fun. Thank you.
Sims 2 is the best game. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Don't forget to save.
Save your game. Drink some water. Take care of yourselves.
Yup. See you soon.
Bye. Oh, I have the button.